courier delivery day. We've got here. Look. Oh. Look at that. And it's even lighter than the original. Oh, look. Oh, they've done a great job. Fantastic. Right. So, what we have here are these bright, shiny new 7076 aluminium trailing arms. They're fitted. New rod ends. Everything's all good to go. Best bit about these is they're almost as well. They are just as strong as the steel ones, but they're around about 150 grams each lighter than the steel ones. So by my rough arithmetic, that means I can have 1, 2, 3, 4 more Big Macs. So yeah, there you go. So many years ago, when I was a young fella, I bought one of these, and I remember it was eye-wateringly expensive. It's a RIVNUT tool. I'm assuming that probably now what's happened is the patents come off these things, or probably more likely our good friends in China decided that, like everybody else, copyright means we have right to copy. So they're knocking these things out a dime a dozen now, but these are fantastic tools. So we'll get right into it. It's called a RIVNUT tool for obvious reason. It probably puts a rivet in there which has got a nut in it. But anyway, so you got this little left-hand thread thing in here. So yeah, left-hand thread that one on. So it's good and tight. And you put this one on here, and it's left-hand thread as well. So you got to, yeah, that way. Wind that one in. Yeah. And do that up just finger tight. And then there you go. There's the tool. Now, when I bought one of these, they were made in Sheffield, and they were about 800 bucks. Jeez, back then, you could buy a house for that. Well, no, I'm exaggerating. Technically, yes, you could buy a car for that, but now these things are now like 50 bucks. And here's the RIVNUT itself, if you can focus on that anyway. So what the principle here is, this thing here winds onto here, normal right-hand thread. You drill an appropriate sized hole, and then you squish it. So we're going to give that a crack on our test piece, which I prepared earlier. There. Just to get a good pressure going, and then we'll get it under the car. I actually drilled an 8.5mm hole through here because, probably as you know, most drills do drill a little bit oversized. So, theory, that's probably going to snug in. Not quite. Okay, next size up. Okay, so there's nothing between 8.5 and 9 except an 11/32 drill, and that's just unobtainium here. So through with a 9 we go. Come on. Oh, shit. Huh. Really? Maybe it needs some persuasion. Persuade. Look at that. Perfect. Right, we'll try that again. So you wind this thing on here like that. Yep. It's always on there. You wind a bit of that off, and you stick it into all thus. Now, if you watch really carefully, you squeeze, and as you can see, can you see? You probably can't see. Yeah. Look, now you can see. Look at that. It's squashing up like that. So there we have it. It's all done there. It's actually on, as you can see. You can see in there, it's all squashed up. It's pretty good. And so you just have to be a little careful because just like they teach you in sex ed at school, you pull it too hard, it'll snap right off. So just go a bit ginger with these things. They're only aluminium. Well, you pull the threads out, one or the other. But that's a pretty good effort for $49.95 plus postage and packaging, compared to $800 that I paid when I was an apprentice many years ago. But anyway, there you go. New home gamers, don't stick 680 Loctite on these, because then you're really in the shit. Now, I'm quite impressed, because this is a real cheap ass tool, but the important thing is that they're more expensive. We used to snap these here little tangs off all the time. Yeah, but anyway, this is a good one. Now, before I hang this here up, you can see this is actually, yeah, it's a bit proud there. that's actually going to be a minor problem, but I'm going to get around that. You can buy these countersunk as well, which is even cooler. That doesn't seem right. You put it in perspective, look. Holy shit. No. What I'm going to do, I'm simply going to push it in there and I'm going to rivet it. I'm going to use I don't know, I might use a monol rivet, perhaps. No. I've changed my mind again. Every now and again I'm going to take it off. Because I've got to get it in there. You can kind of see there's the two dry sump strainers under there. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a much smaller riv nut. Go down to like a 4mm or something. So that's about as small as I dare go. Yeah, I think that'll work. Of course, going to plan A.5 does present some problems because I'm scaling down from that sized countersunk to, if I had one, which I don't, countersunk that size. It's that's going to get smeared off really quickly. There's not a lot there. As you can imagine, I've got to come up with another plan here. Kind of almost to scale, right? Like that. Then I've got to tighten it up. So I'm probably going to have to counterbore. I don't really want to use a Phillips head. Yeah, that's a new one. That sort of fair, yeah? Alright, so back to the lathe we go, and you can see the performance modification I've just bought, thanks to my friend at AVE. Yeah, that should be pretty self-explanatory, shouldn't it, people? A bit of aluminium stock. Right, into it. We'll try that again, shall we? Okay, 4mm. Oh shit. 12mm, perfecto. You know, that's flipping around the wrong way, isn't it? Because I have to plunge in that direction with a boring bar or something, because otherwise I can't. Fuck it. Well, that one goes in the fucking bucket, doesn't it? Never mind. How about that? Eh? Oh, a bit of a tidy up. Perfect. Alright, so what we've made here, see, yeah, and then that there, nail down like that. Oh shit. It's going to go nail like that, look, see, yeah. Against my own advice, that looks perfect to me. That's exactly how that's going to go. And against my own advice, I'm going to use Phillips heads. And even compounding that even worse, I'm going to go against my own advice twice, and I'm going to put a bit of 222 Loctite on these when I put them in. And what I'm going to remember to do every single time, so I'm just going to get a little bit of heat to soften the Loctite when I undo them, because there's no other way of securing these things in there, and then that's nice and flush there. And perfect. Right, so I need to make what? How many more of these do I need to make? 7 more of these. Shit. Okay. Well, we turned that lot and all the appropriate tools into 10 of those. I only needed 9, but you know, you always drop one somewhere and you never find it, so I made a spare. Why not? One spare. Shit. Speak of the devil. So many minutes later, we have a look and we scroll down. A bit of a flyby, as if I was a rumble strip coming along and going under the car. And focus, you fuck. There we go. You can see if I was a rumble strip, I'd come zooming along here. I'd ride up over my new skid plate and out the back under the car. Brilliant. And if you care to have a look under here a little bit closer, you can see all my handiwork there. It's relatively flush. I measured it, about 0.8mm sticking up.